Hello, everyone. My name is Bharat Parmar, and thank you for the introduction, ma'am. She said a lot about me, but my forte is that I've been with customers for last 25 years, gathered experience, multiple regions, multiple products, multiple industries, and here I am trying to share my expertise and my knowledge with you all. Just to start the session, I would also like to welcome my dear friend and my colleague Shrikant Teli, who heads the Sales and Regional Director. Shrikant, please, if you could come on the stage. He'll join me on the presentation as well.
This is with you?
Sure. This is next.
Is it on?
Yeah. Next. Yeah.
Good morning. I said good morning. Thank you. That's what, I wanted to hear. So my name is Shrikant. I'm part of Infor ecosystem. And predominantly, I don't know, how many people knows Infor as an organization? How many people knows BAN as an ERP? BAN ERP. I saw more names than Infor. I got more voting for BAN. So, which said, we are BAN 2.0. So what Infor is? Infor, we founded in 2002, around 24 years back. We are part of Koch group of company, which is KOCH, which is second largest privately held organization in the world. And we are IT arm of that. Having said that, we cater to 60,000 plus customers globally. In India, around 1,000 plus customers. Total manpower strength is around 18,000, but the largest manpower what we do have is in India. Proud to say you that all these softwares or solutions, what me and my colleague Bharat is going to speak, is getting developed in India. We do have our development center in Hyderabad and regional offices in various parts of the country. I'm based out of Pune, one of the manufacturing hub of India. Bharat is based out of Mumbai office. And with that, I heard the first session and understand a lot of technology innovations has been started. And what we have gone through in the previous years, since last 6 years, there are a lot of disruptions happens. Started with COVID, then Suez Canal stuff, global war. 2023, various incidents happens globally. 2026, classy year started with the tariff wars, and we as a country getting affected. We don't know what next. So to address the same, what our organization has done, we have done the survey within 14 different countries and 7 industries. Around 3,600 plus our customers, non-customers, IB-based, means install-based, non-install-based, and came to know that around 74% companies is accepting that, yes, this disruption, like supply chain or manufacturing innovation or the new technology buzzwords what we are hearing like AI and stuff, we need to change our digital platform. And out of this 3,600 participant, our organization, 76% of organizations feels that yes, we are ready to innovate, we are ready to invest into digital platform, and 26% says that we are okay, we should be as it is. What we have done to address that challenges since last 24 years when we started this organization, Infor, we have also changed our technology based on the industry demand. I'm really proud to say you that we are the first organization in the world in the ERP domain or edge solutions who has launched multi-tenant technology. After that, biggies of ERPs like SAP or any other organization started following that. But we are the first company who has launched multi-tenant cloud suite technology, and our customers within India and abroad getting benefit of that. What we have seen, we as an organization, our customer has really interested to see and got a 30% and more cost saving by implementing our solution as compared to any other technology. After 2018, 2021, we are the first organization, those who have launched Data Fabric. And having said that, recently we have acquired few more organizations in 2025 to cater the requirement of Infor Velocity Suite as well as Infor Industry AI agents and catering to our customers. To go into deep dive, I would request Bharat to take it ahead. We are here. We do have our booth just adjacent to this door. If any questions, we'll be here to address that. But thanks.
Thank you. So the next 15 minutes are mine. I'll try to be as precise and as explanative as possible. So the panelists who were there, who did the first session, they brought out 3 important pointers on Industry 5.0. And I'll just try to summarize them. They talked about human centricity. They talked about sustainability and resilience, right? This is the 3 things they talked about. But there's more important a point which someone mentioned about the void, or what benefits do you get from a transformation. It has to make some sense, right? You're investing so much money in it. So I'll just try to tie all the threads together. And what Srikanth told about is the disruptions that is today, right? You don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. Because supply chain disruptions we are seeing for so many years, right? How do companies adapt to this? Because you cannot wait for it to get over. Something else might pop up in the next 5 years or so. No one knows about it. So, and we talked about survey as well, from a supply chain perspective as to how companies want to innovate and invest their money on. So this is the journey that Infor is following. And we've been there for 20, 25 years plus. And you see that we talk about agents as such. And I'll try to put my story around agents also a bit, But having said that, I'll just talk on a topic for the next 14 minutes or so, the value void, right? So taking a cue from what research we did, you see that 75% of the companies, they wanted or they expected productivity gains. But in reality, when they implemented software solutions, it could be any ERP or any edge solutions per se, or any supply chain solutions per se, only 30% of the projects actually delivered on it. And I'll take an example of myself, when I was implementing 15 years back. And it used to happen multiple times that implementation is done. But when we ask the customer, "Kuch mila kya?" They said, "It's a system of records. Where is the brain?" Right? And this is the reality today, that I tell my customers, always start with the end in mind. So look at, when you sign any project, look at what outcomes you would want to achieve. What is the KPIs that you want to give and deliberate to each and every person in your organization? Because I feel that every person in the company is a manager, because he has his own activities to do, charge to make, reporting to give, and delegate tasks. So we'll specifically talk more about the value void part of it and how Infor helps in the journey per se. It's a simple journey, give you a full spectrum of how Infor helps customers on it, right? So we bridge the value void, and like I say, start with the end in mind. So we have 3 pieces of solution that binds it all together. Number 1, we have industry-specific applications, which means that we are built for the industry. So as we speak, Infor specifically says that we are a business applications company. We don't do hardware, we don't do networking and stuff. We're an applications company. And we are partnered with AWS globally for all our SaaS offerings as such. So to simplify it, we are a multi-tenant SaaS company, which means that if you are in industrial manufacturing, you'll be on an industrial manufacturing multi-tenant SaaS. It's like a hotel with rooms. All the customers who are on that vertical will be sharing that particular SaaS platform, because it is that solution for that industry. I have a separate one for food and beverage, separate for chemicals, separate for food and beverage and fashion, and so on and so forth. And I'll try to deliberate more on it. So to summarize, we start ahead with the industry-specific application, which means my offering of an ERP is separate by industry. I do not give a monolithic solution. The way a chemical company works and the way an industrial manufacturing works, both are totally different. A single ERP cannot satisfy the need of both. So we start with the first step, that is industry specificity. Second, we have something called as an Infor Operating Services Platform, which is our middleware in a simple words, right? Because it's not practically possible to say that you buy everything from Infor. Definitely, you'll have multiple applications. They have to speak to each other, right? And we don't restrict that. We give an open middleware platform where you can integrate to multiple applications as we speak. And as an example, one of our customers has 38 applications integrated to the Infor using the Infor OS solution. very seamless, easy to operate. And that's also our platform for innovation. Our AI agents are built on the InforOS platform. Going ahead, on the third piece, which is the most important, you see it's the outside circle, customer success, which means that the implementations, how they are done, right? If I say that I have 25 years experience, and I start a project saying that, can you tell me your requirements? That doesn't make any sense, right? I have to be prescriptive. I should tell the customer that I have implemented in 5,000 companies industrial manufacturing. This is the blueprint. How different are you? This is the way today business is done, right? Because customers expect us to be prescriptive rather than asking the first level questions as such. So we built that complete platform. It's called the Infor Process Maps, which is the starting point for us. We say that this is the way a typical company works in your sub-industry. How different are you? So that's more of the success part of it, where we try to make sure that the best practices are recommended. And the difference is what goes through the change or the configuration journey as such. So this is the three pillars of our innovation as we speak. Now I'll try to elaborate a little bit more on each and every section in here, and then wrap it up with a small video explaining all together. So I'll try the story intact. So first step, multi-tenant ERP. I have got different ERPs for different industries. I do not give a single ERP for an industry, which means if you put into three sections, there's discrete, there's process and services industry. My ERP for someone like a Ferrari, which is automotive, is different than someone who is a food and beverage company, like Intersnack. It's a different ERP altogether. 5,000 users each. So it cannot be the same ERP. So we differentiate ourselves by the solutions that we give. So look at the value void. I started with a blank jar. The first is put the rocks first. Just like a simple story in it. Get the first core in here. What is the objective of this? Minimum customization, maximum standardization, easy upgrades, lesser headaches. In fact, I remove the word customization from my dictionary. I say configuration. Customization is like a heart surgery, right? In today's world, as you speak. So applications are built for this. And Infor invested close to $2 billion in rewriting the ERPs for the vertical. Yeah? So the section on the left, you see discrete, is the BAN ERP, which we rewrote. I mean, everyone knows BAN, like most of the hands were up in the initial stage. Right? So first section is the industry-specific ERPs that we offer. We also have customers who say, I'm running an ERP. Do you have anything for me to offer? So Infor also has something called as edge solutions. So as an example, supply chain management is a specific solution we have, which is rated on the Gartner Magic Quadrant. Supply chain planning and supply chain execution. Execution is called WMS in the simple layman's language. So we are the Gartner Magic Quadrant rated product on WMS 8 times in a row. If you Google the best WMS solution, the name first pop-up will be Infor's solution. And we have a very good base in here. And these solutions that you see in can coexist with any system of records. As an example, 90% of my WMS customers don't use Infor ERP. And we use the same InforOS for integrating seamlessly. So these are all best of the breed solution, which can work with any solutions as such. So as for me, as when I go to prospect, I look at ERP opportunities, I look at edge opportunities, because these can work in tandem. MES is our solution, which is the OT platform here. So IT to OT is what integration we talked in the morning. So I have a lot of customers who use Infor ERPs, non-Infor ERPs with my MES. So it all can coexist as we speak in here. And so on. So these are the key ones that we talk about. A small differentiation is that you see PLM or a product lifecycle management as a solution. Infor is the only company that has got 3 PLMs. No one else. In fact, the best of the best players don't have a PLM. They sell project module as a PLM. So we have a PLM for process, a PLM for fashion, and a PLM for discrete industries. Because all 3 are different. Recipe is different than an ingredient statement, than a bomb. We understand that. So that's built in the DNA. So that's the specificity that we give to our customers. So that's the rocks first section in here. I talked about the InforOS platform, which is our integration or the data bus as we speak. That is also the platform where all our innovations and AIs are coming in. So that's the middleware layer. So we have the pebbles, that is the binding factors that go into our solutions. Right? Third is what everyone talks about or says specifically about AI. So we have a complete AI stack built using AWS technologies. So we use Amazon SageMaker, we use our generative AI tools, which are all built on AWS. In fact, to put it in a simple way, we are joined to AWS on the hip. All our applications are built on AWS, and AWS is the best by far. They spend around $100 billion every year on R&D, and we are the recipient of all what they innovate. So we built all the technologies using AWS, and the customer gets the benefit. It's all multi-tenant SaaS, right? It's like the last version of the software you always use. It's always up to date. There's no hassles of upgrade mein kya hoga. No, it's always up to date. And the patches that we release on new functions are all every 6 months we get. It's like a Gmail update or an Android update that you get. So in simple words, we erase the word customization, configuration, and easy upgrades. So you're always on the latest version when you talk Infor. So this is the journey. So we have generative AI assistants. We've got value plus solutions. So value plus solutions are pre-built agents and solutions that we are bringing in. So we have a diagnose solution, we have an automate solution, and we have a visibility solutions also. So all these three coexist when we talk about Infor. So this is the simple word that I just tried to take you through in the last 5 minutes. Look at the core ERP, system of records. Look at the integrations. Look at the automation piece as such. Now, having said this, what is Infor's forte in all these sections here? Look at the end result in mind. So we basically built a catalog of all the agents that we see relevant to the industry. Right? There could be different automation agents that everyone talks about in here. Right? So we have a category of innovation solutions, and we prescribe that to the customer, saying that this is a pre-built catalog of all the automation that you might need. Why? Because we know that this industry needs this as an outcome, and this will help them to achieve the outcome. So it's like looking at an end in mind. Is what? I'll just try to go back and then come in here. Can you help me to go back? Okay. Right. So having said this, I'll just try to play a small video summarizing whatever I said, and then pause if any questions are there. Right? So this is a 3 minutes video, 2 to 3 minutes video, just to summarize what I said.
Across industries, leaders are navigating challenges that feel beyond their control. Unpredictable demand, economic uncertainty, and fierce competition are reshaping how industries operate. The winners will be those who can turn that complexity into opportunities for growth and measurable value. Infor Industry AI agents help you scale your operational advantage with role-based AI agents infused into your industry processes. Each agent is trained for a specific role, working alongside you to automate repetitive tasks, analyze real-time data, and guide your decisions. They're built on the Infor Industry Cloud platform, so they're ready to work from day one. No complex training or integration delays. You access them through Infor Gen AI Assistant, where every conversation becomes action with agents by your side. Like a project manager, working together with manufacturing agents to flag delay projects, analyzing root causes to protect margin. A service planner, working alongside distribution agents to manage heavy equipment effectively by analyzing equipment, creating work orders, scheduling maintenance, and notifying technicians. Warehouse managers in service industries work with supply chain and procurement agents to see what's in stock and what's already on order. In manufacturing, distribution, and service industries, our agents come pre-built for your micro vertical, already tuned to how your business works. And they're powered by 3 things no one else combines: context, completeness, and control. Our agents are built with the industry context on your micro verticals process catalogs and value maps. They act on real-time, unified, AI-ready data, grounded for precision, so that they orchestrate workflows securely across Infor Industry Cloud platform with human oversight at every step. Start with our library of pre-built agents or create your own with all the tools you need. Unlock value with Infor Industry AI agents infused in your industry processes.
Right. So just to summarize on what we spoke, I'll just try to summarize Infor's offering in 3 words or 3 sentences such. So the first differentiator for Infor is that we are built for the industry, and you saw the verticals that we support, specifics. Solutions are different by industry. Huge amount of R&D that spend happens because of the result. We have to maintain so many softwares, but that's how the path that Infor chose. Number 1. So built for the industry on a multi-tenant SaaS platform. Yeah. Second, with built-in processes, which means that you saw in the last video that there are process-specific charts that you had seen for every industry. So it accelerates your innovation, accelerates your time to value. You can go live faster, 3 months, 4 months, something that you can get live quickly on the solution because it's pre-built for you. And third, the most important, platform for innovation. So industry specificity with built-in practices and platform for innovation, which is all about the Infor India platform, which is built on AWS. And that's how we help customers to integrate multiple applications. And we coexist as such. This is the 3 things that we typically talk to customers on. Now, having said that, as an organization, we are continuously investing in R&D, right? And Shrikant talked about the Coke Group, which is our parent group. In fact, our parent group's revenue is double than all our competitors clubbed together, right? So that's how big we are. So we normally don't have the pressure of quarter on quarter, you have to sell, you have to make money. No, we are large enough to be supported by innovation. And you see that in action with what we do in India. We're continuously selling good traction in the market, and BAN is the name that resonates with everyone. So that's the brief about us. You can visit our booth to know more. We are there for the entire day. And thank you for your time. Just on dot, 0.00.
Yeah, exactly on the dot. Can we have a huge round of applause? Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your insights with us. Thank you.